applause for the second half. We have returned for the second half. Things are happening. Stuff is moving. Did you manage to fix his hair?
Yes. He's not beautiful for you.
Or are you just one of those, like, you know, sometimes when white people touch black hair, they're like, You guys are together. You're touching his hair with consent, yes? There was no hair rape happening, yes? This is not what was happening over here. How long have you guys been together for?
A year.
A year? When?
When?
Yes, when is it a year?
Oh, I don't have a date.
It's a year, give or take, you know. Very nice. And how did you guys meet?
Bumble.
Bumble? You were on Bumble, sir? Just sitting back, relaxing, waiting for somebody to send the first message, am I right? That's the life on Bumble as a guy, okay? You just chill back and wait for them to suffer, okay? Wait for them to make the first move. No more thinking up original phrases to impress the girls, okay? No more Tinder life where you have to swipe everybody right. None of that bullshit, okay? Where you have to swipe everybody left or right, and then whatever matches, you send the first message, you know? And you have to think a lot and hard, because you can't say a simple thing like, hey, how are you doing? Because that automatically makes you a loser, okay? You can't be like a plain, you gotta figure out, like, now I can use GPT-3 to send messages, okay? I'm like, AI, how do I get laid? Help me out in here, you know? You know, back in the day, I had to think creatively. I had to come up with opening lines. The one that worked the most was, my father just died. And I've just inherited some property. You know, people say women are complex. Not really. They want emotional availability and assets. That's what they want, okay? The Lord is, yes, put him in my name. Put him in. I want to take my man and take him to the notary. That's where I want to take him, okay? I don't want to take him anywhere else. Our honeymoon has to be at the notary where he puts everything in my name, okay? This is what gets me going, okay? So in this reverse situation where you had to send the first message, what was your first message?
I think I answered his.
I want to touch your hair. And he's like, another one. These dreads are paying off for themselves, you know? Or what was it?
No, he had like 2 truths and a lie, and they were all crazy. But
2 truths and a lie?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember what they were?
I think it was that he studied medicine.
Studied medicine, okay.
He has dogs.
He has dogs, okay. It's pretty insane so far. This man is wild. Life of the party every time, you know. How does he come up with it? How does he come up with it?
In China.
What was
He
it?
studied medicine in China.
He studied medicine in China.
Exactly. No, look, that's a lie.
Is that a lie? No, why would that be a lie? You know, do you know how many people they have there? You know, you can try and try again. That's how you get better, okay? And now with COVID, they don't even report the deaths. So you never know if something's bad, okay? The obvious one is always the true one, yes? He studied medicine in China. The other guy also studied in China, the comedian. Everybody's been studying in China here, yes? Well, I also have a friend of mine who recently did a year abroad in China, okay? My friend was studying political science here. And then they went to China and they changed their whole degree. In China, they were studying political silence. The whole degree, yes, okay. So you're a doctor, sir, yes?
No, I was.
You were a doctor?
Yeah.
In China? They're like, this guy is a doctor. Where are you from?
Zambia.
Zambia. This guy's from Zambia. He's a doctor. Get in there. And then what happened? What kind of organ were you focusing on?
A heart.
The heart?
Yeah.
Grandma, what's hurting? My heart. Oh. Oh, bless her little heart. It just can't pump enough blood. Very nice. Who was the awe? Did you go awe? Was it you with the awe? What's your name, young lady?
Me?
Yes.
Shan Shan.
Oh. Where is that from? China. Have you ever been to the doctor in China?
Yes.
Very nice. And did they treat your heart, or what did they?
They treat whatever I went there for.
Not COVID. No. Very interesting. And you lived in China for how many years?
8 years.
So you're used to people touching your hair, basically. This is what, 8 years. Where were you? In Shenzhen? Were you in Shanghai? Beijing?
In Shanghai.
Wuhan? Say what you will, but the last global crises have really improved our geography, okay? You know, we learned a little bit more about Chinese geography, but last year we learned a lot about Ukrainian geography. You know, everybody's a little bit more educated from a geography standpoint, okay? Everybody's a little bit more. Next year we're gonna learn Kosovo's part of Serbia, you know? I've been watching the news. I was watching the news and they were like, oh, there's an army at the borders. Where this sounds familiar. You're from Kosovo?
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. And when did you move here?
Well, I was born in Munich and I moved here 2 years ago.
So you're not actually from Kosovo? Words don't mean anything anymore. But did you live in Kosovo?
No, I didn't live there, but
So you're German. Well, you're trying to tell me you're German, but your parents are from Kosovo. So you got beaten up.
Albanian trauma.
Albanian trauma. Very nice. Okay. Do you go back to Kosovo every now and then?
Every year.
Every year?
Yeah.
And what do you do there?
Basically,
Protest or what?
just weddings.
Weddings? Motherfuckers can't stop marrying. They're like, the more of us there are, the more legitimate it is. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, very nice. And yourself, you're from China. When did you move here? When, not why?
2020.
2020?
Yes.
Oh, that's... Was it February by any chance? I'm just trying to figure out when did they shut down the borders? Because it was very difficult to get in and get out, right? You know, kind of like on Tinder. Very nice. And this is your plus one over here?
Yeah.
The gentleman, what's your name, sir?
Jeroen.
What? Did you change your name? What? Jeroen?
Yeah, Jeroen.
Jeroen from?
Belgium.
Ah, Belgium. Ah, the Belgian people never did anything bad, ever. So, where did you guys meet? Did you guys meet in China? Did you guys meet here? Did you guys meet in Belgium and the Republic of Congo? Where?
Berlin.
Berlin. Okay, very nice. So, what do you guys do? What do you read?
Architecture.
Architecture? Oh. How much smaller are we making the apartments? Tell me. Do you have some insight on this? Yeah, every year the apartments get smaller. Are you responsible for this? They're like, paper is expensive at the moment. We got to make the most of it. What are you building? Are you building something modern, like a prison?
Research center.
A research center? For?
Medical.
Medical? Is this beta gamma research funded by the US? This is conspiracy stuff, guys. Calm down, okay? I'm very active on Facebook. Very nice. And how did you guys meet? Did you guys meet at the research center or on Tinder? Bumble as well? Round of applause for everybody meeting on Bumble. Yes! Very good. Bumble is good. It takes a lot of pressure off, okay? It's like you guys have to send the first message. I mean, when I was in Mexico, people weren't using Bumble that much. They were using Tinder, and I did this show, and I asked this lady, who would you never date? And this lady said, I would never date anybody from the right politically. That's what she said, okay? She was an American lady. Said, I would never date anybody from the right. I was like, what if they have a massive dick? She said, not even that. I was like, you can't be this unflexible, okay? You gotta think creatively. If they have a massive dick and they're from the right, you just grab them by the dick and pull them to the center, you know? You gotta find some compromise. Let him have a gun, but he has to target on fetuses, target practice. You know, aborted fetuses for target practice. All right. You know what I'm saying? But how long have you been in Berlin, sir?
10 months.
10 months? And how long have you guys been together for?
5.
Oh, nice. And how long have you been in Berlin for?
Since 2020.
Oh yeah, you said 2020, of course, yes. And what do you do?
I just graduated
From?
for my master's.
Oh, master's in?
Management.
Okay, this is, you know, like if somebody tells you you're doing management, you just like, oh, you're consulting. Cool. Because I know this strategy because I use it with my mom. Dragos, what do you do? I'm doing consulting. Oh. Cool. All right. We're gonna move it along. We got more comedians. We're gonna move it along. We got more comedians ready to go. Are you ready to go? Yeah, we're gonna welcome our first comedian. Give it up for Tara, guys. Come on over, Tara.